Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. And we're now steaming on through the past papers of 2016 for Grade 4. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find the free PDF information sheets that accompany each step of this series. They're available to download in US letter or A4. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's an exam technique guidebook and it's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're actually in the exam room. So if you visit sharonbill.com, it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's loads more in store. And so now let's grab our pencil, nice sharp pencil, ruler and eraser, and we're ready to crack on to complete this paper B in 2016 past paper booklet. So if you turn with me to page 12, we've got these last few questions to look at. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of these yourself. Do try. It's always better to have a go and make a mistake than not have a go at all. You'll learn it so much better that way. And so now let's crack on and have a look at this question 5. So this is literally just reading notes in the various clefs. And so sometimes if it's a bit out of your usual territory, then I suggest that you just count down an octave and then you're in more familiar ground that you can work the note out from. So we're in treble clef here. They've given us this first one just to show us what they're after. And so now we need to name the note for this one. So if it's that you're not familiar with the treble clef, if you count down 1, 2, always remember to count the first though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It takes us to this here, which we know is a D. Every good boy deserves. So we know that this here is a D sharp. So just take it to an octave where you feel comfortable in reading that. And so here, if you're not familiar with the alto clef, let's count up an octave first of all. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. That takes us to the middle line, which we know is a C. Therefore, this also is a C, an octave lower. It's a C double sharp. So if you haven't had a go at the rest of these, just have a go now using that technique. Same again in the alto clef. Let's come down an octave. 1, 2, 3, 5. I just count the lines. 1, 3, 5, 7, and then spaces 8. So you can see we one above. That's C. So that's a D. Therefore, this is also a D, and so this is D flat. Now we're in the bass clef. So you can either count down your octave as we've just done, or also you know that this is middle C, so we can just work out from here C, D, E, F, G sharp, or alternatively count down your octaves and work it that way. So G sharp. And then here let's count the octave. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 takes us to the line. That's good boys. That's a B. It's B double flat. Just takes a little bit of working out. Don't expect to feel the need to have to read those instantly. It's okay to just take a minute to work them out. Okay, let's press on. So this question requires a little bit of thought. It says rewrite this melody with the notes correctly grouped or beamed. So we've always got to reflect the time signature and the beat, each unit beat. So we're in the time signature 4/4, so we need to be showing crotchet beats or quarter notes in the way that we beam these. And so for example, we've got 3 quarters, and then those 2 will make up the next quarter, and so there is our first beat. We know that there are 4 semis or 4/16 notes to a beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keeping your eye out on how many beams are going on here. So here we've got, there's 1 semiquaver, those two make another, those two make another, there's another one, so all of those will make our crochet beat. And so just keep an eye on where your unit group of one crochet, one quarter note falls. Do the thinking first and then you can worry about stems and beaming and so on. So here we've got 3/4 of a beat and there's a quarter, so that nicely finishes that. Here we've got quarter beats, 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters make a whole, there's our next beat, 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters make a whole. And that's why this is so very difficult to read, because everything's beamed incorrectly. We can't see where each new beat falls. So there's 1/4 of a beat. Those two make another quarter. Those two make another quarter. That's 1, 2, 3. There's our remaining quarter of a beat. So they will have to be beamed together. Then we've got 3/4 of a beat and a quarter, so they will go together. So that's the hard thinking done. Now we've just got to copy it over and adjust the stems where necessary and beam where appropriate. And so make sure that you keep aligned here, because if you kind of spread off, there's an awful lot of notes to fit in the bar and you might just start running out of space. So keep everything nicely aligned. So let's just copy the note heads in and all the other bits and bobs. Or you can group it as you go. Let's group it as we go. So they are together and then there. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got G, up a third, down a step, back. That should take us back. And so we're going to have all of these are middle line or down, so the stems can point up, beginning and ending in the same place, so we'll keep it straight at the top of the beam. That's it. And so now we've got quite a lot to fit in this group. We've got the F, up a third, down a step should take us back to the F, up a step. So here these all belong together. There's a slight upward movement, so I'm just going to generally give a bit of a diagonal to the beam to show that the overall direction is up. However, don't worry about the extra bits, because we'll think about which needs extra beams. So they're all going to need 2 beams, but then the middle 4 are going to need an extra 1 to make those into demi-semi-quavers. Last little bit in this bar. So now we can have the stems pointing up, because this is below the middle line, this is on the middle line, can go either way, so that works in. There we go, better join that up. Okay, next bar, same principle. Let's just copy the note heads in. So we've got a middle C, E, G, B. All of these are semis or 16th notes. The general direction is upwards, so I'll just give that a bit of a diagonal. And I know it's going to need 2 beams. So that's that group finished with. If you find you're getting a bit lost, just kind of cover over where you've got to, just so you don't get confused to which bits you've done. So we're there now, aren't we? So whatever it helps to just stop you finding things confusing. Down a step, down a step. There we go, so that's the principle of that. So all of these can have the stems going upwards. And we know they're going to need 2 beams. And then now here, this is the busy group. So we've got A, C, up a third, back to the B, C. Now then we're going to have to make a decision about the stems. So these need to go up. We've got 2 that technically should come down and 2 that could go the other way. So really we're outvoted by the ones that should come down. Everything can go up because we need the A's and the B's can go either way. So we're outvoted and we'll have the stems going up. General direction is diagonally up. We know that we need at least 2 beams. However, the CBAB, the middle 4, will need another beam. Just gone over a little bit there. There we go, nearly done. And then the last little group, now we've got an octave. So we're going to have to definitely have a think about this. So just make, this one needs to go up, this one needs to go down, so you just make a choice. However, that's why, that's 1, 3, 5 away, that's 1, 4 away. I think we could just choose either way really. I'm not sure about that. I suppose we could go the other way. Let's go the other way. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. No, that's the furthest away. I am right. That's the furthest away, so it outvotes. That's the furthest away. I was reading it the wrong way around. Silly me. Okay, name the ornament used in bar 1. It's a mordant, but more specifically, it's an upper mordant. The lower mordant has a line through it. So we need to say upper mordant really to be thorough there. Mordant. There we go. Okay, so we've got the last little bit on question 7, so let's turn to that. So these are now to do with your triads, the harmony questions. This is my favourite part of the paper. Name each key of the numbered chords. The key is E flat major, so we're looking for chords 1, 4 and 5, the tonic, subdominant or dominant. You can use either the numerals or the words, it's up to you really. So we're looking for 1, 4 and 5. Bear in mind we're in E flat major. We needn't worry about the flats because the key signature will deal with that for us. So if E is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, F, G, A, and then 5, E, F, G, A, B. So they are our beginning notes of the chord. So the chord is made of the first, the third and the fifth. So that's E, F, G, B, A, B, C, D, E, B, C, D, F. So we're looking for those notes. So that's all the thinking done now. And so chord, the first one here, we've got an E, B, E, G. It's obviously a chord 1. So you can either use the Roman numeral for 1 or you could say the tonic. Let's look at the next one. We've got, bear in mind, bass clef and treble clef, A, C, E, C. We have to double one of the notes because we've got 3 notes in a triad, but there's 4 notes here. So you can tell that that's chord 4. So you can either use the Roman numeral or you could say subdominant. Either one of those will do. And then the last chord, we've got B, B, D, F. So that's chord 5 or the dominant. Now the next question is very similar to that. However, we're going to have to do a little bit more extended thinking because we're going to have to find out what the chords are. But it could be major, it could be minor. That's the thing. They've not given us the key in the first place. So let's just have a look and choose what to do here. It says identify these triads by naming the key first of all. You can't name the triad until you know what the key is. And then we've got to describe them as tonic, subdominant or dominant. So here, the key is 3 sharp. So it could be A major or it could be F sharp minor. And so it will depend upon which chords we get. So if I just sort of extrapolate the thinking in this one. In A major, 1, 4 and 5 would be A, C, E. So chord 4, A, B, C, D, F, A. And then you know the chord 5 is on the 5th, E, G, B. Or it could be 1, 4 and 5 in F sharp minor. So your key signature will deal with everything. F, A, C, F, G, A, B, D, F, or C, C, E, G, remembering that the middle note is the raised 7th, so we need to add that. So we're going to have to choose between these chords. So we can't really name the key until we get a clue if one of these chords will fit. So here we're in the alto clef. So here we've got C, D, E, G, B. And so you can see there's no E, G, B in this key here. However, here we can see that that's chord 5. So the key has to be A major in order to explain that this is the 5th or the dominant. So you can see that we're going to have a choice depending upon whether it's a major or a minor key. And so here we've got a key signature of 5 sharp, so it could be B major, or it could be G sharp minor. Let's see what chord we've got and see. So we've got a G, B, D. And so there we go, it's already told us that it's going to be that chord 1 of G sharp minor. Because if we're in B major, there will not be one of those chords, so we get that one straight away. So we're in G sharp minor. If there's an accidental in the middle, then we know it's the minor key straight away, because we know that we have to have that raised 7th. It does a bit of the thinking for us, and it's the G, B, D, the tonic. So if you want to write out all of those chords to be absolutely sure that you've got your choice, then by all means do so. So here we've got a key of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats. So it could be D flat major. Let's try and see if that works first of all. So 1, 4, 5. So D flat major, D, F, A. So chord 4, D, E, F, G, B, D, and then A, C, E. Let's see if any of those fit. If we don't, then we know we've got to be in the relative minor key. So we've got here a chord of G, B, D, which it does fit. So we know that we're in D flat major. Your key signature takes care of all the accidentals. And we know that it's chord 4 or the subdominant. We have a few options there, so it just takes a bit of thinking. There we go. Well, I do hope that's been helpful to you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really encouraging to me, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more to come. Please do go to Sharon Bill and make use of all of the resource that's available to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.